Hi, this is Theresa with One Inspiring Woman, and today we are talking all things Venus in retrograde in the sign of Leo. And this one is really going to be affecting a lot of people because Venus and Leo have a lot of love energy around them. So that is really going to be kind of affecting our love life, not in some horrible ways, but maybe some very dramatic ways. So let's find out. That's right. That's right. We are talking all things Venus in retrograde. So let's get you the dates. Then we're going to talk about like what did these two planets mean, kind of getting into retrograde. Then what are some of the key dates that we really need to be aware about? Some major things coming up. So kind of like some days to be careful of and some days to get out and get going. And then kind of like who is this going to be affecting the most? So those are some really good questions. So let's get started. Venus goes into retrograde into pre-shadow energy on June 19th. It will station and turn full retrograde on July 22nd. It will leave full retrograde and to go into post-shadow energy on September 3rd, and then it will leave post-shadow energy on October 7th. So it kind of backs up a little bit. So let's talk about this. Let's see. Venus is the ruler of pleasure and love and relationships. And it does a big job in our astrology because it's bringing in what we love. And I don't just mean like love. I mean like everything. Your favorite ice cream, your favorite friend, your favorite pet, whatever it is, kind of bringing in all types of love for us to kind of really enjoy during this time frame. Now, Leo, on the other hand, is kind of like bringing in that I want to be dramatic. I want to be shown off. I want to kind of show you how I feel about you. This is going to be bringing in some bold energy with both these going into retrograde, Venus going into retrograde in the sign of Leo. So it's going to be really bringing in some changes. Now, I guarantee you, Leos love the drama. So that is going to be something that we've got to get to expect. It's one of those, the bold signs, the big affirmations, I don't want to just show you this, kind of that ruling planet of kind of like, I want to express my creativity. I'm going to show you how much I love you. I want to show you how much passion I have for you. So that is going to be like crazy, but it's not necessarily bad. With kind of like Venus in retrograde in the sign of Leo, during the heart of our summer, we are going to feel like the fire has gone out somewhat of kind of like, where do we want to show our passion? Where do we want to show our love? So it kind of may feel like really this love bomb at the beginning, and then kind of like, oh wait, now we're stepping back and we're not showing as much love. The love is still there, but there's also other energies coming up as well. And I guarantee you a lot of that could be from like your childhood or past life energy that are just popping up around us. So it's kind of like, okay, that's the interesting energy. Don't worry, it will be having a different flavor to it and kind of like, kind of bringing in some new ways to kind of show or express ourselves are going to be really bringing things up. And I guarantee you there's probably going to be some type of like, show me your love on TikToks or videos or whatever it is. It's like going to be bringing all of that stuff up. People will also be bringing up stuff from old things, kind of like hurts and injuries that they've had or traumas and dramas that they've had in their childhood. This could also include old lovers as well. This could also be friends that were supposed to be friends and kind of keeping the balance and they didn't, because Virgos are all about keeping that balance. And so this is going to be kind of bringing in some of that energy. And I guarantee you, Virgos are all about money and they love money. And I guarantee you it's kind of one of those like, so if you owe a Virgo some money, pay them off quick because they are going to be out for blood, especially if you've owed them for a while. Because Virgos love spending money, and during retrograde, that's going to be amping up because it's one of those people are going to want to show how much they love you by let's go out and have dinner, let's go out and have a nice date, let's go out and do this. And so it's going to be kind of bringing those kind of like big energies in. And it's one of those, plus we've got that Leo energy of like, I want to express my love for you. I want to show you how much love I have for you. So it's going to be quite an expensive time during this. So make sure you keep an eye on your finances as well. Let's see. July 27th is our first key date. We have Venus in retrograde will conjunct Mercury on July 27th. This will be talking us, kind of like pushing us to kind of open up, kind of speak from our heart. This can be some major revelations in relationships when we want to express like what we require or desire from a relationship. Also bringing in kind of like that need or that requirement for making changes. It's going to be an interesting one. Venus also in retrograde will make a quintux with Neptune in Pisces, and this is going to be exposing like prices of things that we've paid for and haven't gotten them, or things that we expected to get, or things that we paid for but we never got the item. So that's going to be bringing that up, along with kind of like what are our standards, how do we deal with love, how do we dream about love, kind of the knight in shining armor to come and save us, or is that someone else? That is going to be bringing up a lot of amazing energy, and that's going to be kind of going on right there, kind of like towards the end of July, beginning of August, kind of like right in that time frame. Next, on August 9th, we are going to have Venus in retrograde will form a square with Uranus and Taurus. And this is going to be kind of liberating us from relationships that no longer kind of like hold a value to us, or things that are kind of like, oh, this isn't a value to me, I'm ready to let go, or a relationship that hasn't been like its true self. Someone's holding back something, and so this is going to be really pushing those relationships to a new level of like, wait, I'm not willing to put up with this anymore. And so kind of like cutting things off of like, yep, we don't need this anymore. Next, on August 13th, we are going to have Venus in retrograde will meet our sun, and this is going to be bringing in some huge revelations. Our sun is all about our source of energy, and this is going to be bringing in our source of like our desires and requirements, and really kind of illuminating some new ways, or some ways that we really want to kind of express ourselves. And this is going to be really kind of bringing in a lot more love energy kind of coming in that area, especially as we get closer to our sun moving into the sign of are staying in the sign of the sun, and we get out of retrograde. So right there at the end, it's going to be like amping all of this up. It is going to make some really amazing changes for us, and really want us to show like our creative side in love. Let's go to August 23rd through September 3rd. Venus in retrograde will overlap Mercury in retrograde in the sign of Virgo. These days will bring in changes to our immediate environment, and kind of like, how do we adapt to things? How do we make things change and modify? And I guarantee you during this time frame, kind of like that 20 days or so, or 10 days or so, we're going to feel like this energy of like, how do we move this energy? How do we get past this? This is going to be bringing in a lot of have to make changes energy with it. Also, Venus in retrograde will form a trine with Chiron in retrograde in the sign of Aries, and that's going to be right at the end, kind of like that end of the beginning of September, for probably a good couple of days in there. And this is going to be bringing up old wounded dramas and traumas, kind of doing our energy work to kind of keep us out of old patterns. How do we want to change our thinking, our relationships, really updating our actions and our relationships in things and people around us. It's going to be a good one. Really, this retrograde cycle is going to be really most intense for kind of like the Taurus Leo people, more than anybody else. It will kind of make everybody make some changes, but these are the ones that are really going to be feeling it the most. And they're going to be kind of wanting to embrace like that freedom, that spontaneity. Like, I want to just show you how it is. And this is going to be kind of like that hard energy for them. Probably it's going to be most challenging is kind of because everybody's going to have this most challenging aspect to us, because Venus is so close to the Earth and its proximity is really rare. Venus doesn't go into retrograde except for once every 18 months or so. So this is going to be really pushing us in every sign, in every degree, to kind of really make some new changes, kind of bring in this really pushing energy. And I will also tell you that Venus in this challenging for everybody is going to be kind of like making us feel that energy the most, like really this hard event coming in. This will probably be most beneficial for our fire signs, Aries and Sagittarius, because their energy, as this retrograde kind of forces them to slow down and notice all the beauty around them, they're really going to be really, really happy and kind of like, yeah, let's show the beauty. Let's show the cool side. So let's do some angel cards and get us a deeper insight. This one is popping out right here. This one is our first one, Leo. Shine. This is all about getting that limelight, that energy, that shine that Leo wants. And at times during retrograde, it's going to feel really, really tight. Like I'm not getting my fair share. Or I'm not getting my 5 minutes of fame or whatever it is. It will come around. Just give it some time and it will make those changes for you. This is the 7th house and this is the relationships. This is all about bringing in new relationships or upgrading the relationships around us. And I guarantee you this is going to be bringing a lot of passion as well. That relationship in passion of who do I want to be around? Who do I want to spend my time around? This one is all about Scorpio and investigating. This is a really interesting one to come up because a lot of times people don't really realize why they love certain people or why are they willing to put up with things with one person that they're not willing to put up with someone else. So that may be part of that investigation side. And I guarantee you people are going to be kind of pushing that energy. The next one we have is the 3rd house, and this is all about communication. I really feel like this comes in with Venus in retrograde and Mercury in retrograde at the same time, bringing in changes to our communication and what are we willing to change and modify to make this better for us. This is going to be bringing in some amazing changes. My last one is Sagittarius, and it's all about the expansion of energy. This one is going to be kind of like wanting all of us to desire that love, that person to love us. So a lot of people are going to be changing relationships. Now, I will tell you that for most of COVID, I've had a lot of people going into divorces because they realized the relationship they were in wasn't as healthy as they thought or wasn't supporting them as well. Now, this is going to be kind of expanding that energy of like, if it isn't going well, people are going to be really pushing for those divorces. If they aren't, I guarantee you, people that aren't happy, you can feel it in the relationship. They are pushing back as far as they can. Even if they don't feel like they can ask for a divorce, I guarantee you they're going to be pushing that energy. But this is really going to expand what do we want in a relationship, how do we want it to come in a relationship, and how do we show love to others in our relationships. I thank you so much for joining me today, and I know that we'll be talking again soon.